Hey everybody, Jace here. Just want to remind you that on every one of these 12 days of the Comic Source videos, you can win 1 month free of Global Comix. And on Christmas Day, we'll be giving away a free year of Global Comix. All you have to do to enter is just go over to the YouTube channel and leave a comment on any particular episode that you've checked out. If you listen to it audio only, again, just head over to YouTube, do a search for the Comic Source. Leave a comment, and everybody who enters a comment for a particular video, I will select at random a person for that video to win the code to get a month of free Global Comix, which is the premier destination for digital comics. Got the best user interface I've ever seen for digital comics. You can read comics on your phone. Over 375,000 comics so far in the library. It's growing daily, so it doesn't cost you a thing to check it out. Again, just leave a comment on the YouTube video for any of the 12 days of the Comic Source YouTube videos, and you'll be entered to win. So hope everybody's having a really fun and enjoyable holiday season, and thanks for joining us for these 12 days of the Comic Source episodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Comic Source Podcast. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate. Hope it's a joyous season. This is one of our special 12 Days of the Comic Source episodes, and I have an amazing treat for you today. A returning creator and a brand new creator joining me, Reilly Brown and his son, Will Brown, joining us to tell us all about their new project. Gentlemen, thanks for taking the time.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having us. Say hi, Will. Say it so they can hear you.
Hi.
There you go.
Hello, Will. Excited to talk about your project, Thunder Guardian, it is called. I want to hear all about it. But before we get started with that, I just have to say, Reilly, it's great to have you on the show. It's been a long time. I think the last time I had you on was with Fabian for your webtoon comic.
For Outrage.
Yeah, for Outrage. So it's been
been a while.
Long overdue, but I saw you at San Diego. I saw you at New York Comic Con. It's always great to run into you. But this has to be something really special for you, being that you're doing it with your son, and what a better time to launch than during the holiday season when family is on all of our minds. So, how excited are you about this project?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's like it's just been something I've been doing on the side for a while. I go to so many comic conventions and I'm always drawing, and Will has such a crazy imagination and a love for all the superhero stuff that he started coming up with his own ideas, and I was just like, man, this is better than any script that I'm getting from Marvel or DC. I want to draw this. And so, we started off just drawing a few characters here and there, but eventually I was like, no, I want to tell the actual story. So and so that's what it is, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. So, Will, can you tell us what Thunder Guardian is about in your own words?
Well, kind of complicated because
Okay.
we don't really have too much of a story yet.
We have a lot of stories.
Yeah, we just
Well, all right.
don't
How about
have the main.
why don't you start by talking about what his powers are?
So he can shoot lightning out of his hands. That's his main power. That's the only power he has.
Oh, and he has a suit of armor
And he has a suit of armor and
wings
yes,
and rocket boots.
he lives on Mars, but he is not a Martian
No, he's
because
where's he from?
He's from Earth.
Yes.
But it blew up.
So,
Basically, it's about him fighting bad guys while trying to build Earth back into Earth.
gotcha. So, will we? Do you and your dad know more about Thunder Guardian? Things that, as readers, we don't know yet. Secrets that you're going to tell us over time.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, there's some pretty big secrets in there.
So your dad mentioned that this is something you two have been working on for a long time. So obviously, ever since you can remember, your dad's been drawing comics, and so I know you are an artist yourself. Is this something you've kind of always wanted to do, to work on a project with your dad?
Well, not. I just one day just came up with it, kind of. So
Yeah.
I was like, well,
He's about to say I wasn't his first choice for artist.
So is
It,
is Thunder Guardian something you think about a lot? Like think about stories and ideas, and then you
yeah, sometimes my mind goes off of it now, so every now and then,
Um,
but
yeah, he's always coming up with new characters.
I'm always
And
thinking of something
yeah,
about it deep down in my mind.
yeah.
yeah.
Do you talk about it with your friends also, or just you just keep it within your family?
I have to say, my friends actually barely know anything about it. I
Really?
tried to get one of my friends to have a like one of the first comics, and but he forgot it. But he left it at my house, so yeah, he left it.
Wait, Henry's got like
Well,
stickers and stuff
we
in his house, and so does Luke.
yeah, some friends that have them, but then there was one friend I had in second grade, and I was trying to give him one, but then he left it and just went home without
And
it.
it's going to be worth so much money someday, and he's going to regret leaving
Yeah.
it.
But, yeah. So, Thunder Guardian, it for the past year or so, I think almost 2 years, we've been publishing it in a newspaper called A Kid and a Comic, which is a really great publication. It's like a newspaper that, they ship it right to your house, and it's all comics pages. So, it's really cool, and it's got us in there and a bunch of other cool comics creators have comic strips in there. And so when I met those guys, I would like, they're like, hey, we'd love for you to do a strip. And I was like, I've been wanting to do this thing. Like, my son has all these great ideas. It'd be fun to do something like that in like the vein of like, Axe Cop or whatever. Um, where if you remember that series, it was like it was like an older brother and like a younger brother
Right,
kind of,
yeah.
doing a comic together. And I was like, that would be a lot of fun. And the newspaper format, it's not a whole comic. So I was like, I could actually fit this into my work schedule. And so it's been, coming out, and a couple of times, Will sat with me at a couple of conventions and signed autographs. And we've done signings at some of the local comic stores. And yeah, it's fun. So
So and everybody, so now there's a campaign on Zoop for, that's kind of collecting a bunch of these strips, and you're
that's
able
right.
to get it. And so here's the other part about this. It's so amazing to me. So it just launched yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or
Today.
Today. Oh,
Yeah,
today
at like
as we're
lunchtime.
recording this.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the 12th of December, everybody. It's already fully funded.
Is it? Awesome. I haven't looked in a little bit, so
The pressure is off.
great.
It's fully funded. You know, if you back this, you're going to get it, which is amazing. And so there's a link in the show notes. Everybody go and check it out. Early bird special is still available.
it's like $8 for the early bird special. So,
And there's also an option to get a commission from Reilly, which I have. I'm proud to say I have one, but I might get another. You could also get a commission from Will. So again, link in the show notes to go and check it out. So the pressure's off, but what made you want to kind of expand beyond doing that comics and kids newspaper strip and kind of get it out to the larger world? I mean, is it really just that you think it's that good? Is it that you just want to share this because you're doing it with your son? Is it both? Talk to us a little bit about putting it out in the wider world.
well, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and it's, it's good to, because right now it's a bunch of newspapers, so actually having it collected in like one book will be good. And also, Will just kept bugging me because he's like, so we're doing this newspaper thing, but it's ever going to be a book? Can we do a book? And so eventually I was like, you know what? We could just collect them all together. And this summer, every year I'm at San Diego Comic-Con. And this summer, Will and the rest of the family are actually coming also. And I was like, okay, I've got to have it ready for that. Because if he, comes to San Diego and he could sit next to me at the table and sign the comic together, like that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure you and your wife will be taking a lot of pictures. That'll be a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Will, let me ask you. I mean, you're very young to know what you might want to do later in life, and I get that, and it might change 1,000 times between now and then. But as of now, I mean, do you kind of want to do what your dad does? Do you want to be a comic creator? Do you want to be an artist? Is that you love creating and drawing and all that?
I'm thinking about it still. I don't actually know.
That's
I mean,
fair.
He
Don't be
makes
in
pretty
any.
good
Yeah.
he makes pretty good stop motion videos with the iPad. And so yeah, he's very creative, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into a creative path at some point.
Yeah, that's
that
great. Well,
looks like it's going to happen.
you're you're an extremely talented artist, Reilly. You've been doing it for a long
Nice.
time. Known mostly for obviously the visuals as opposed to writing. So give us an idea of like how a singular strip comes together. Will the idea guy? You guys throw ideas back and forth. He gives concept drawings. You flesh them out. Like talk us through creating a strip.
So it usually starts off with I'll just kind of ask Will, uh, I'll ask him like a question, just kind of give him a prompt just to say like, okay, what should Thunder Guardian be doing? Or I'll ask him about one of Thunder Guardian's enemies or friends or something like that, and uh, he'll immediately go off on like a whole crazy story about what the guy's powers are and what they're trying to do, and it's just funny to kind of see, besides his goofy ideas, awesome ideas, and they just the way he understands the world and like filters things, like just the way he thinks things work. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times he'll say like, "Oh, and then this happens," and I'll be like, "Wait, why are they doing this? Why is this happening?" It's like, I don't know, they just do it. And I kind of realize like from his point of view, he doesn't know why anything happens. He just knows he has to get his shoes on, get in the car, and go to some place
Right.
for some reason, and then like come home. And so it's like, oh, that's pretty funny because that's sort of the way that like, these characters are acting. It's like they do it because they do it. They go on the spaceship because they go on the spaceship. That's what it's time to go on the spaceship. And then the characters' various like connections with each other are fun. Um, a lot of characters in the comic strip so far are secretly related to each other that we don't all necessarily know yet. Um, and uh, and then every now and then, when you kind of think you're getting a handle on, what who the characters are and what the stories are about, he'll just like throw out like a random character and just be like, "Hey, where's Cuckoo Finger Shot?" And I'm like, "What does that mean?" It's Finger Shot's clone who looks exactly like him, but he's crazy. And then it's like, okay, so we'll put him in there. And yeah, and then he'll get like frustrated with the character and be like, "Now you got to get rid of him. Like I've had enough of that guy." And so it's a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds like kind of the exuberance of youth and bringing a lot of energy. And
Oh
again, I
yeah,
mean, I think if you guys
absolutely.
keep working on this, maybe it'll be a new project later on, but something you can look up back on. And certainly, if he enters a creative field, it'll be amazing that he'll have this to look back on as some of the first things that he worked on.
Yeah. Well, where do you see Thunder Guardian going? Like, uh, what should we do with the comic strip or with the storyline or whatever?
Um, I just feel like we should definitely put a lot of the characters' origin stories.
Okay.
People would definitely need to know about
Yeah,
that.
where they came from.
Um, like maybe like how people like how certain people got their powers and stuff like, which
That
is
could be cool. Yeah.
basically their origin story.
Right. And we
And
could have some of that in this comic too.
yeah,
And okay, so if they made Thunder Guardian a movie, who do you think would play Thunder Guardian? You!
That's the right answer, Will.
Yeah. You
That's
do all the
perfect.
stunts too?
Don't relinquish any creative control or any
Yeah.
rights. Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's pretty
Uh,
funny.
what would be more exciting to you, Will, to see a Thunder Guardian movie or to have like Thunder Guardian like action figures and toys? Which would you
Oh,
pick?
that making someone pick between that. That's mean.
definitely. I know that since you know people who make toys, that toys would definitely be easier.
Maybe.
Easy.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's almost the harder
But
part.
I'm not so sure. Actually, it would be hard to.
Actually,
It is a tough choice. Maybe both, right? Maybe
uh,
just you get
Yeah.
the movie and then the
yeah.
toys come as a tie-in to the movie.
A lot of his Thunder Guardian characters started off as Lego figures that he
Yeah.
put together. So
Actually, it started on the back of a kindergarten, on the back of a worksheet in kindergarten.
yeah. But well,
Dude,
some of the characters like Wheeler, Lazor, and uh uh what was the other one? Lazor and what's his
Laser.
Laser Cut. They all started off as like Lego minifigures that he put together.
No, they started off as a drawing on the back of a kindergarten worksheet. Remember?
No, that was
Oh,
maybe yeah.
no, that was just Wheeler,
That was
Cat,
Boxer
and
or not Robox.
Roblox, Wheeler, and Electric.
The other thing is he comes up with great names. Like when little kids are always coming up with like goofy characters and stuff. But when he said when he showed me the character, I said, "Who's this?" He said, "Thunder Guardian." I said, "Oh, that name, that's it. That's and the blue mask and the blue wings." I was like, "That's awesome." So
yeah, he's a fun character. I got a chance to check out a couple of the strips. They're really awesome, everybody. So again, link in the show notes. And the other thing I'm going to remind you all of, like, we get that times are tight. Maybe you would love to be a part of this campaign on Zoop and get it in your hands or whatever, but you just can't swing it right now. Like, we get it. We understand. The other way you can help out Will and Reilly is to just share this on social media. Let your local comic shop know. There's a retailer tier in case they want to order some for the shop. Let's just spread the word. Get it out there. Again, everybody, it's already fully funded, so we know it's going to be made. If you want to get your copy, again, link in the show notes to go and check it out. So let's talk a little bit before we go, Will, about Christmas. It's Christmas time. What's your favorite part about Christmas? Do you guys have any traditions that you look forward to every year? Something you do every year that you're really excited about?
Going to my cousin's house.
Yeah. What do you do you like going over there and playing with your cousins, or eating the food, or all of the above?
Basic. I like going to play with my cousins, and also we could kind of use it because we need more stories about his character he's making that will eventually he's planning on being part of Thunder Guardians.
oh yeah. That's the other thing. Once you draw one kid superhero, then all the cousins are like, "Oh, make a comic for me too." It's like, all right, wait a minute.
No,
That's a lot of work.
It's not going to be their own comic. It's going to be part of ours.
Okay, well, if you want to get your character into a comic, I guess you got to grease Will's palms, then he'll.
Thunder Guardian's brother, after
Well,
all.
yes, but don't let him write your story.
Look at him. I'm
Okay.
saying that he can have a character in it.
Sounds like he's going to be a pretty popular kid. Real soon, everyone's going to want to be.
I know.
Everyone's going to want to be in the book. What about you, Reilly? Christmas traditions that you love? Sounds like you got a big get together on the holidays.
Oh yeah, the best is so usually at Christmas we'll go down to my parents' house, and my brothers will come over with their kids, and we all have kids that are about the same age. So it's great because we'll go there for about a week, and once all the cousins see each other, they go off, and we don't see them again until it's time to go home, and it's amazing. Me and my wife can actually talk to each other without being interrupted or someone like whining or whatever.
I'm right here.
That's awesome.
Hey, don't close your ears.
Yeah, I hope it's a great time. Want to wish you and yours a healthy and happy holiday season as well. Remind everybody, again, link in the show notes, everybody, for the Thunder Guardians campaign. But Reilly, remind everybody where they can follow your work, and if you have anything that you're currently working on that you want to tease or let people know.
Oh, yeah. I've got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. Probably the best place to find me is on Instagram. I'm Reilly_Brown. Then I'm also, same thing on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And I've been on Blue Sky lately, which has actually been pretty cool. Like a lot of artists have been like really active over there recently, and a lot of comic book people. So that's actually starting, like, as far as new, you always see these new social media things pop up, but this one actually seems to be going pretty well. And there I am Oh, that one's different. What is that one? Oh, that's just Reilly Brown. So yeah, that one's easy. Um, and let's see. Yeah, so reach out to me, follow me there. I'm always posting new stuff or posting like, commissions, some of my favorite panels from work I've done long ago and stuff like that. Definitely updates for Thunder Guardian and things like that. And then I've got some cool projects coming up. Like I've been doing some there's an Ultraman card game, like collectible card game coming out. I've done a bunch of cards for that. Actually, ooh, I still owe him one. I'm supposed to get one done tomorrow. So a good thing I reminded myself. I'm doing that. I'm working on more issues of Forgotten Runes Wizard's Cult, which is a comic that comes out through Titan. And I'm drawing some Masters of the Universe mini comics that come with the action figures, which for me is just the coolest because those were like the first comics I ever read.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid in the 80s, He-Man was my favorite thing ever. And so now, I'm actually like doing that. Like
Yeah.
those are,
You've
so
come
it's
full
great.
circle from buying those
Yeah.
action figures with the comics to now it's your books in there.
Well,
That's awesome.
exactly. And I'm like looking back at these old Alfredo Alcala mini comics that are the original ones from the 80s. And it's just like it's a total like blast. It's like, oh my God, this is why I think, monsters are supposed to be drawn this way, or like, it's like so much of the stuff, it's just like in my DNA, and to actually be able to work on that is awesome. So I've done a few already, and I've got a few more that I'm working on. And I don't think those figures have all been announced yet. So, stay tuned and we'll see. But it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, I'll put a link to Reilly's social media in the show notes, everybody. So if you're having trouble finding him, you can just go and click there. Again, link to the campaign on Zoop. You can go and click there. Again, as of the time we're recording this, it's already fully funded, so it's going to come out a few days after we record. So yeah, go just take a few minutes, go check it out. There's some preview pages there. You can see the art. You can see an example of Reilly's commission. You can see an example of what Will's commissions look like. And yeah, it's very inexpensive, and it's something you definitely can share with your own kids and maybe fire their imagination and get their creative juices going as well. So, Will, it was great to meet you, my man. Thunder Guardian is awesome. I can't wait to get my copy. And Reilly, always a pleasure, my man.
All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was great talking to you again.
So on behalf of Will and Reilly and myself, everybody out there in the audience, whether you're listening to the audio only or joining us on YouTube, we really appreciate you taking the time during this busy holiday season, and we'll talk to you on the next one.